Right. So unless you've had your head in the sand or you've been living off grid for the last year, you would have heard about TikTok Shop. It's the hottest thing in town. Everyone's talking about it in ecom, even in the Amazon FBA space, because it is a new thing where it's a new channel where you can go and get a bunch of sales of your brand and earn a bunch of money. The problem has been people like us. So we are not based in the US, and US TikTok Shop, the only way it seemed to get on there was to be in the US. However, we have cracked it. We have reached the promised land and we are now on TikTok Shop USA from overseas. Now, I looked around the internet for a long time to try and solve this for quite a few months. Like a while ago, I looked at this and we gave it a good crack. I couldn't crack it. I'm looking at Reddit. I'm down massive deep forums. I'm on the dark web. I'm on Twitter, YouTube. No one seems to know how to do this. But eventually, we just worked out ourselves and we've done it. And I've now built an SOP, which we're happy to share with you guys today. And I'm going to run through exactly what we did so you guys can do it as well. And you can start making some of that sweet TikTok Shop cash. So let me jump in. Right, so I'm going to go through the SOP now. And forgive me, I'm going to look at my screen to make sure I get this bang on because I want you guys to do everything step by step to give you the best shot as possible actually getting on. Before we dive into the steps, there's a couple of prerequisites you need to know about. These are completely essential. Number one, you need a VPN. If you don't know what a VPN is, look it up. I'm not going to explain that to you. Basically, have a VPN on and set it for the USA. So that obviously the internet and TikTok think you are in the USA, so you can apply for the right TikTok Shop. The next thing you need a US entity. Now, we have a US LLC, a partnership LLC. You can set that up in somewhere like Wyoming. You need to have that registered. You can do that really quickly. There's plenty of websites we can do it. And it usually takes about 30 days to get completely registered and get an EIN number, which you will need for later on in this process as well. Now, the third thing you need is a US representative. And this point is really key. This is a stumbling block for a lot of people and for ourselves. We didn't realize this. And a US rep essentially means somebody in the USA who's based there, who is a tax-paying citizen of the US, and they are your legal representative for your brand with TikTok Shop. Now, what TikTok told me directly meant to have is a letter of authorization from the company, from the owners of the company, saying that this person is the authorized rep for the US. And honestly, we had a template given to us by TikTok. Didn't actually need it in the end. They haven't ever asked us for that. But you do need this person. So that can be a friend in the US that you have. Perhaps you have some family member, or maybe you can pay someone to do this. There is no tax liability on them. It's still the company that's going to be tax liable, but they are going to need to upload their social security number, their home address, their phone number, and their details. So just bear that in mind. But that is the three things that you definitely need. If you haven't got those, I'm afraid you can't really go any further. So make sure you get this sorted out and then come back to this video and crack on. All right, so first thing you need to do is to go onto TikTok Shop and register your account. So register it with your email address. Make sure your VPN is turned on, as I said. Hit register your business, and you're going to add the details of your US rep. You're going to add your LLC documents. And within that, you need to add your beneficial owner details. So beneficial owner means anyone who owns 25% or more of that business. So you need to upload the details and upload the passports for those people as well. So that's probably going to be yourself. If you're watching this, I imagine you are the brand owner. You haven't got to upload anything who's less than 25%, so less than an official beneficial owner, but it's essential that you upload the details of anyone who owns 25% or more. Now, as I mentioned a minute ago, at this stage as well, you're going to add all the details of your US rep, so their date of birth, home address, phone number, and the social security number. So add all of those, hit submit, and usually pretty quickly, TikTok will approve those details. What they're looking for is that everything matches up on the LLC documents to the owners. And then, like I said, they didn't ask us for this authorization letter. Maybe they will for you, but for us, it just went straight through. So the next step is to add your tax information. So here, list your company address, right? So if you have a registered address in the US, in Wyoming, register that as the address. And that needs to match your company documents, right? So your EIN document from the IRS is going to have an address on it, and that needs to match the address of your company documents. Now, we have a partnership LLC, and what that means is you can use the EIN number as the official tax number. If you have a single membership LLC, I believe you need an ITIN number. You can apply for that with the IRS. I think it takes a bit longer to come through. So maybe think about the structure of your business. If you're going to set this up specifically to set up TikTok Shop, perhaps a partnership is a better option. Again, I'm not like giving legal advice here. I'm not an expert in this area, but this is what worked for us, and it got approved pretty much instantly to go through. Tax information, all good, and we sailed through to the next section. So once you've added both of those, it should take, I think ours took about 12 hours once we got it right. And you'll see this will pop up and it'll say register your business as a tick, and then add tax information as a tick. I will say we had a little bit of an issue with the tax information. We were trying to get it right. If you've got this far, and if you've got onto like Seller Central for TikTok, you can speak to TikTok support. And one thing I will say about TikTok support is it's really fucking good. Like really, really good compared to Amazon. Like Amazon Seller support has traditionally been really bad. I'll give them some credit. It has got a lot better in the last couple of years, but TikTok's is miles better. And you can get on live support. Often it'll pop up with kind of articles like those annoying websites do. Keep battling through that and ask to speak to a real person. I got through to a real person loads of times. They give you step-by-step exactly what you need to be doing, and you can ask them very direct questions. They're really helpful and really responsive, and they actually solved our issues like straight away, which was great. So hopefully you go through that, you get the 2 ticks, and you're good to move on to the next section, which is setting up your shipping, basically, in your return warehouse. So what you need to do here, most of you watching this, you're going to probably be selling on Amazon, right? So you're Amazon FBA business. And one of the beauties of this is you can fulfill TikTok orders through Amazon FBA. I'm going to show you how to do that soon. But for this section, you need to have an address. So what we did is use a 3PL's address. So we use a 3PL that we store inventory at, and we do a little bit of D2C fulfillment through. We use that as our ship from address and our return address as well. Now, don't worry, like nothing's going to be necessarily be shipped from there. You're going to change these settings later on, but you need to put something in here. So just put an address of a 3PL that you work with, and then sail through to the next section. Oh, and a quick point here as well. As of the filming of this video, TikTok are massively pushing FBT, which is fulfilled by TikTok. So they have their own fulfillment centers now, and they're heavily incentivizing sellers to send inventory directly into their fulfillment centers for them to fulfill it for a discounted rate. So we're definitely going to take advantage of this in our business. So I really advise everyone to have a look at that, and you can see a bunch of information when you're on Seller Central about that offer, and you're going to get emails. We're getting emails every day at the moment to utilize that program. All right, so the next thing you need to do is to add all of your products to TikTok Shop. So within this section, you can go through and do it all manually. It's a bit slow. So what we looked for is how can we get everything across, all the information like that, and sync it. There's a couple of software options. The one that we used is called Webby. So we use that. A couple of people within Honest FBA have used it and had success as well. It's basically a plugin where it can sync all of your listings and all of your SKUs, basically, all the images, description, everything. But it also means when people place orders on TikTok, it fulfills it through Amazon. So it's like an all-in-one software. I have emailed them just before I came on and recorded this and asked for a discount for our viewers. So if we have got it, it'll be linked down below. So just after I recorded that video, I jumped on with the founder of Webby, who's a super nice guy, and he's actually offered our viewers, so everyone who uses Honest FBA, you get 1 month for free of this software. It's really affordable anyway, to be honest, but it's to save you a bit of cash. So hit the link down below, put in the code HonestFBA, all in caps, and it'll give you that first month for free. They're actually integrated with TikTok, Amazon, Shopify. They're official partners of all of them, so they're really well known in the industry. So highly recommended. Jump on there and let me know what you think. Regardless, I'd recommend using them. When you do go through with it, you could book an onboarding. So I think I had a 30-minute onboarding with them on the day that I signed up. There's loads of availability. Went on with the guy, and I step-by-step went through what I needed to do. It was really good. I was mega impressed. There's a couple of little tweaks you need to make on the TikTok side when you're syncing it up, which you wouldn't find yourself. So make sure you do book the call and go through it. But that literally took within 30 minutes. Everything was synced up. You kind of troubleshot any problems I had, and then all of our products are then available on TikTok Shop. Right. So at this stage, you've set up your company on TikTok. You've got the tax information all sorted out. You've registered your kind of shipping address. You've added all of your products. Now you need to connect a TikTok account to the TikTok Shop account. So you can actually make a brand new account if you want. It doesn't matter. You haven't got to have any followers, and you can actually, from 0 followers, make it a professional account, and you can make it TikTok shoppable from day one. But this bit is very important. If you are in Spain, if you are in the UK, if you're in Germany, if you're anywhere that isn't the US and you want to be on TikTok Shop USA, do not set up the TikTok account on your phone. You need somebody in the US. That could be your US representative, or it can be somebody else. In our case, we have a brand ambassador who works for us, who's a massive part of our brand. they set it up for us, right? They set up the TikTok account on their phone. What they then need to do is actually verify their details. So they submitted their ID, so they're happy to do that. You can have up to 5 TikTok accounts under your name anyway. So it's under our email address with our login. We got all the details, but they set it up in the US. TikTok then knows that account is in the US, because then when the content is posted, it'll push it to US folks. So we're not posting the content from our phones. They are posting it from the US. This is really important. A lot of people don't seem to know this. We've had people in the past who for months have been pushing content. They told us they've been pushing content on TikTok and it's getting no views. And they look at it after a while and realize it was only getting pushed to their local region. So if we posted it here in Spain, it's getting pushed to Spanish people, and then often Germany, I think, they speak a lot of English there. And that was it. And we're getting completely capped. So you need to make sure that you're doing this in the US with a US representative setting up your account, and then the content will go to the people you actually want it to go to. And a VPN doesn't solve this, by the way. So I know the VPN solved the earlier issue, but the VPN in our experience does not solve this problem. Somehow TikTok knows still that that content isn't made to be in that country. I think one way around this is if you get a US SIM and you put it into a phone that has been kind of reset its factory settings and hasn't ever connected to a cell tower in another country, you can get around it that way, perhaps with a VPN. But if you just bang it on regularly on your regular phone, it's not going to work. So get your US representative to verify that account. Then back on TikTok Shop, there'll be another button saying verify. It needs to connect the account together. So connect the TikTok account with the TikTok Shop account. That can only be done if the TikTok account has been verified. You connect it at your end. There'll be a QR code you need to scan. You can send a picture to them like we did. It will then go through, it'll sync the account, and that's all the steps done. You're then good to go, and you can start making some sweet TikTok Shop cash. So another brand that are absolutely destroying with this strategy, but this time in the UK, is this brand called Nutrition Geek. So on Fast once again, if you look at this, they've got a bunch of products, their whole product suite on TikTok Shop, right? And 10% commission per sale. So that means if you're on TikTok Shop as a creator, every time you make a sale, you're getting 10% of that revenue. And you can see here, they've driven 880,000 for that one product with 2,000 creators. We've got 150K for this one, 165K. These guys are doing over $1 million, £1 million even a month on TikTok Shop because they're leveraging content. And again, spilling over onto Amazon itself, you type in Nutrition Geeks, you can see it pops up. Look at all the arrows, the green arrows. That means that it's increasing. The search volume for branded search is going up. Look at these guys over 1 year. Look, I mean, back in July, nothing for that product. And then suddenly 15,000 searches a month for that product. Absolutely massive, massive gain. You can see all these terms. These guys are absolutely killing it with this strategy. And this is the future of e-commerce. It's not even the future. This is the now of e-commerce. This is the way to win. You can still rank on Amazon for all the other keywords. You can do Amazon properly and you can win on Amazon. But to supercharge it, you want to get content created that pushes the audience to search for your brand directly. It's going to give you more defensibility around your price as well, because you're branded and you're a proper brand and people are searching directly for your products. They're not seeing all the competition. They're seeing you guys, and they have that trust because they have so much social proof from the content over here. They're going to go in there and they're going to convert. Now, why am I banging on about this? We have brought out Honest Creators, right? There's actually a second channel we now have, Honest TikTok. You can see it down below. Who's Honest Creators for? If you're watching this, you're either interested in e-commerce and haven't started yet, you have started e-commerce, you've maybe started Amazon FBA and you're kind of trying to scale up, or you're an established brand. Whichever one of it is, this is going to apply to you. So please do listen to what I'm about to say. What's Honest Creators? Honest Creators is a community of people that are learning how to become content creators, right? So within there's a load of training on exactly how to make content. First things first, actually, you need to have 1,000 followers in the UK, right, to be a TikTok affiliate, to qualify for TikTok Shop. Jansen did that in 7 hours on one account, which is ridiculous. That's all within the kind of the trainings, right? To go through how to gain followers, which products you should be picking, like you should be working with, the big pitfalls to avoid, because it's quite easy to get banned sometimes. So you need to be careful with that. A bunch more like feedback on the videos that you're making. So feedback from content creators themselves, and live calls as well, bi-weekly calls. And within there, basically, people that are absolutely killing it on TikTok Shop are telling you exactly what you should be doing on TikTok Shop. So if you are somebody who hasn't got the funds yet to start their own brand, this is an amazing way to come in and earn money in a matter of weeks. Like, you can, Jansen did it as a test run, was earning money within 2 weeks. He earned over £1,000 straight away. Super easy money with barely any time spent on it. So you can do a bunch more than that. There's people in there that have done £65,000 in 3 months as an affiliate. This opportunity is ridiculous. And it's a great way to build up funds to then go on and start your own brand. Because at that point, you're going to know exactly how to make content. You'll be part of a community of other content creators who can then be affiliates for your brand as well. You can see why that system can work really well. Now, if you're a brand owner, this is also something you need to be aware of, because you can get access to a bunch of content creators. You can basically have a product on Amazon. You can do a bit of I think a thunderclap is the kind of terminology for this, where you can launch a product and normally, look, you're going to drive maybe a bit of external traffic. You're smashing on the PPC on Amazon. You're going really aggressive. But what if you had some of that budget and you got 50 content creators to smash out a video for you each, or numerous videos, and you give them a really generous commission to get it going, and you can basically drive a bunch of branded search for your product on Amazon. So you can see where this can work so well. Now, look, if you're in Honest FBA, you guys know about this already, and you know you're going to have exclusive access to these content creators, and you're going to have a big kind of leg up in terms of accelerating the launches of your brands. If you are not an Honest FBA and you want access to this community, there's a link down below. We are working on this at the moment. There will be something that comes out. Register your interest and we will give you a shout. But this is the future of e-commerce. And like I said, this is the now of e-commerce. This makes complete sense. We are doing this exact strategy for our own brand in the US. We are also launching another brand now in the UK, and we're going to employ this strategy as well. And we're going to document the whole thing, and we're going to share it with everyone inside Honest Creators, so you can see exactly what you need to do, all the steps that you need to take to be successful in kind of modern day e-commerce. Now, hopefully that was really helpful for you. A lot of you guys, let me know if you can get on US TikTok Shop. This worked for us. This was really hard to find online, so I wanted to make this video as soon as possible just to help people out. Hopefully that helped out. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.